Yo, the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Monday, June 15th. We're ready to start a new sports betting week, but we got to start it without no hockey or basketball, at least NBA style, after we lost our series over the weekend. But hey, we've got Major League Baseball today. We've got the World Cup, of course. We've got some WNBA action, College World Series as well here on Monday. So there's plenty of sports to keep us going here this week. All right. Hey, it was a great weekend, and it was an incredible night last night with the UFC in Washington, D.C. Hope you were able to join us here on the Sports Money Network. What an incredible setting there in Washington, D.C. last night. We saw some incredible results as well at the UFC event here on Sunday. Got to remember, it was Sunday because of the special event. It was just awesome here with the fights last night. Man, didn't have a great night for me. It was a little bit rough around the edges for sure on the show, but I sure enjoyed the festivities there and enjoyed the guys last night here as we went with a 7-fight card with 7 knockouts. Unbelievable last night, including that incredible main event with Justin Gaethje over Ilia Topuria. Man, I've never seen a man really get beat down like that in a fight in the UFC. My goodness, the damage to Topuria's face. I mean, I've never seen anyone look like that really there with those busted eyes. I guess he came back there in the press conference and he looked okay. He had to put on some glasses. I don't know if he had to go to the hospital or not, but certainly got beat down there in that main event yesterday by Justin Gaethje there, and really tough to see with all that damage created by Gaethje. I mean, a man who definitely is one of the hardest punchers around, but boy, what damage he did totally to Topuria's face in there. Man, also, great co-main event there with Cyril Gane beating Alex Pereira in the co-main event there yesterday. Another knockout. Man, just knockout after knockout there last night. O'Malley wins by knockout. Josh Hockett, he's the man with the plan. He put that necklace around the president's neck. Did you see him? He gave him a rookie card in some very thick plastic or glass gold necklace put around Trump, the Hockett. Crazy, man. This guy's got some real issues personality-wise. You think I'm flaky. This guy, he is totally lost it there. I think he is a screw loose, this guy Hockett, but he was able to put down an aging and tired and slow Lewis there as Hockett moves up the ratings into the fifth up top 5 in the heavyweight division there, quickly moving up the charts in the heavyweight division. It was Rupi blasting Chandler. Bo Nickel over Kyle Dawkins, and Lopez opened the proceedings with a knockout. I think I went 0-7, but good thing we had Mikey Money there to bring us some money home and have a great day there with the show and really keep things in order there with the guys last night. So appreciate that. All right. Also, Stanley Cup Finals, man. The Vegas Golden Knights, they are out, and I was bummed about that too. And my future's bit fizzled away. But gosh, congratulations to the Hurricanes as they end their amazing ride with their second ever Stanley Cup and the first in 20 years there. And Stahl becomes the oldest to win the Conn Smythe Trophy at 37 years old. Some arguments were made from the guys last night about maybe who was the MVP there, but I think Stahl, almost a career award there for Stahl in a way. No doubt the Hall was great too. You had Hall and you had Stahl and some other guys too in there. Vegas has been in the league for 9 years. They've been to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 times, but they're 1-2 there after that one. But the Hurricanes end the season and they finish on top, and maybe deservedly so with that style that they had. Really something special there with the Hurricanes. By the way, will the Vegas Golden Knights stick around with Tortorella? I think he wants to come back, and I think the Vegas Golden Knights probably going to have him back after taking the team to the playoffs and pushing them there at the end of the season. So I think they're going to roll there, I think, with Torts in the future. So, all right. Say hello to some folks here in the chat. What's going on, everyone, as we get ready for our show here today? Like I said, pretty good show. We have 10 baseball games as well, don't forget. But thanks, everyone, for joining in here today. We've got Blake is in here, Steve Lepturian as well, Bobby Mack is here, and Cash Kane as well. Dead Internet ready to go here with the show. And Lewis, it's all over for Lewis is probably going to still fulfill his contract. I think he's looking to still make a little more money. I know the guys were saying probably is time to end his career there, but maybe there's a few heavyweights down there in the division he's still looking to mix it up with. But he let me down yesterday. He told me he wouldn't let me down. He did. So great job. Everybody was on Hockett, but me. I just think I don't want phony people. I don't want to root for phony people. I don't tolerate phony people, and I call phony people out, and I'll still do it time and time again when it comes to Hockett. Show some humility. You're on the White House. No need to be acting the way you did there. No one else was acting like that. But hey, it's all about for some people. It's all about them. It's all about the attention that they can get. And if this guy's in his 15 minutes of fame, then so be it. That's where we're going to end up to there with Josh Hogan. So we'll see. He might be the next heavyweight champion and prove everybody wrong. He certainly looks like he has the tools to do it there. But again, he was up against a guy who was looked like an elephant there in the ring, couldn't even move. Okay, let's see there, Bobby Mack in there. He had some good, was ups and downs there. Thank you, Dead Internet Theory. Really appreciate that. And I'll talk about Winnable here right now because I want to talk about some of the plays from yesterday. We were able to have a few winners there. We have already brought home one here today, I think, in the, we had a push there with VDZ in tennis, and we lost with Tien, but trying to bring some others home here in tennis this morning. And let's see what we got here right now with some of the folks here. Okay, no, we got through everything. Okay, you can get more picks from me over at winnable.com/Ramon. Got some good picks over there. Didn't go so good for me last night with the guys, but I tried to be a little too fancy in there. But you can get more picks from me here today. I've got tennis up there right now on the men's and women's side. We did bring home one winner with Lerner Tien on the free side to start off the morning with a winner in there. We also won our WNBA premium pick last night with the over with the game between Toronto and Atlanta. And we also had some premium pick winners here. One of them was rained out there yesterday, but we had the Washington Nationals over the Seattle Mariners. We also had the over with the Cardinals and the Twins. There, we did split the card, but we also had a winner with the Magic Man over Alex Demonauer yesterday. And also brought it home yesterday as well with some of our picks there in the Cover the Spread show. As we did bring home, when you sign up for free, I will deliver the Cover of the Spread show with you, man. Tampa Bay Rays and Angels game to go over there. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. One thing we will do is give away at the end of the show here a chance to win the picks over there. Get 1 month of picks from me. All you have to do is comment in the chat to be eligible, and I'll do the drawing at the end of the show, and your name could be drawn for 1 free month of the picks over at winnable.com. All right, yeah, so that was incredible last night. Dana White did say it was great, and he said never again. I mean, it felt like the one thing that I really enjoyed about the card last night there is I really thought that we were looking at a once-in-a-lifetime, and that's what I look for, man. That's what I look for these days, once-in-a-lifetime sports viewing event, and it was just so aesthetically incredible to watch throughout the night. It was just a smorgasbord of fighting, the crowd, the flyovers, everything about it was just so sick. To have Gaethje there at the last moment, reading from the Declaration of Independence, just a few feet away from the Resolute desk in the Oval Office, walks out by himself, meets his team, walks into the ring. The live performances of the fighters' songs, just absolutely incredible, and I was all about it there with the fights last night. Okay, Major League Baseball, we did home some winners here on the show. We had the Marlins yesterday with the Pirates. Max Meyer is 7-0 with a 2.75 ERA, and the Marlins are 10-2 in June. Look out. Paul Skeens, he's 0-4 in his last 6 starts with a 4.22 ERA, and he was serving it up big time. Mets beat the Braves 8-1. Juan Soto this week was up 25 times, and he reached base 14 times. Braves have lost their last 2 series after going 18-3-1 in the series so far this season. Diamondbacks over the Reds 5-3 as Gabe Moreno hit a tie-breaking home run in the 8th inning to send me down to defeat. Cincinnati's lost 8 of 10. I shouldn't have been fooling around, but Lovello got his 700th career victory there for the Arizona White Sox over the Dodgers. Hey, White Sox there, we had a push, had 10 runs, but White Sox 3 home runs in the 6th inning. They've won their last 8 home series there. And the White Sox, man, they were running the pitchers in and out of there yesterday. They used 5 different pitchers there, and it was like clockwork. They would just come and get the guy and then bring another guy. He'd throw about 2 innings, and here comes the next guy. That was really good job by the White Sox yesterday in that one. The Rockies over the A's lost that one here on the morning. Because I went with the Athletics in the first 5, but man, it was 101 degrees there when the game started. That was actually cool compared to what they might have been expecting, but it didn't help the batting, or it didn't help the pitching, because the Rockies scored 23 runs there, and the A's went 4-2 in Las Vegas. They scored 23 runs in their 2 losses combined in the series. Now they go back home to Sacramento for the rest of the season. They'll be glad to get, well, I don't know, they won 4 of the 6 games. Maybe they should come back. Also, Stephen Kolek, 7 1/3 innings, 5 hits, and the Royals shut out the Astros 4-0. The Astros, they better get waking up here. They're not gonna make the playoffs. Kyle Harrison got the win, and he out-dueled there yesterday Christopher Sanchez. The Brewers over the Phillies 4-0, 3 hits in 6 innings for Harrison, and Jackson Chourio hit another home run. There in Milwaukee, who leads the Central by 5 games. The Nationals, they pounded the M's there 10-1. Miles Mikolas, he looked like Max Scherzer out there. 7 shutout innings as a bulk reliever. Wood and Ruiz home run. Rangers over the Red Sox late night 6-4. Sunday night baseball. Langford hit a home run the first pitch of the game. Higgy with it with the home run and 3 RBIs. My Padres did win there yesterday on the road against the Orioles again. I'll take him as a dog every time there with that one. And also we had the Yankees here yesterday over the Blue Jays as a winner, and the Cubs Giants game. We had the under there in that one and brought home a morning steam winner as well. So just some of the action yesterday. World Cup brought home morning steam winner here for sure with Curacao and Germany game to go over. Germany took it over them by themselves, 7 runs there yesterday. Also, morning steam winner here with Japan. We took Japan there, plus the half a goal. They tied Netherlands 2-2, kind of a high-scoring game. I don't know if I was expecting that there, but we did have also morning steam winner here with Ivory Coast. Yeah, we took Ivory Coast there yesterday. They scored in the 90th minute. 89th minute to win over Ecuador. We had Ivory Coast here on the show, and we had Sweden there. I think we went 4-0 in the World Cup here on the show yesterday. We had Sweden there over Tunisia, and they blew out Tunisia. Watch out for Sweden. I don't think I have them, but man, they might be. They look pretty tough there with Goodmanson and company. Look pretty good. Also, let's see, Troy rocked Mississippi at the College World Series 12-8, and then North Carolina edged West Virginia there yesterday in game number 2. And then we had Carolina because we're locked in on them with a futures bet. So we did get that one home. WNBA, it was a couple of blowouts here as I had a premium pick winner there with Atlanta and Toronto over as Atlanta blew out Toronto. And then another blowout here is the Mystics got blown out by New York there yesterday in that one. All right, that's it. Let's get going here on the show. I want to thank everybody for joining me. We're going to preview the games here right now and have a great day here on the Morning Steam Show and try to be positive and look ahead because that's what we do here on the Morning Steam. All right. Any more comments here? Anybody want to take a shot at me here? All right. Colorado outscored the Broncos there. All right, let's get into it. We're going to open here, of course, with the World Cup. That's how we're going to do it here right now because, baseball, we're going to talk about baseball all summer long, but this is a great event here this month. And let's get into it here for the games on Monday. Now, Ivory Coast. I think, did they name how did Ivory Coast get its name? Did they name it after 2 brands of Unilever soaps? I've got Ivory. I've got Coast. Boom, Ivory Coast. All right, bet you didn't think of that one. Let's get going here with Cape Verde here going up against Spain, opening the action here in just about. I want you to watch at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific, Mikey Money and Sharky Waters. They're going to have you covered with bases loaded, but you can turn on your TV and listen to them as we get ready for their game, for the game here on Monday, an early start here in this one. We're going all day here at the World Cup, so that should be awesome. Now, look, this one is not quite the lopsided game that we saw there yesterday. Look, when that one was 7-1, the odds were, what were they, 33-1 to beat the Germany there in the Curacao game, right? This one is a little closer because Cape Verde does have a little bit of talent here, and we'll see how Spain wants to play this because they've obviously got Yamal and Nico Williams as well. But you know what? You don't need to play these guys too much if you don't want to or at all. I mean, I don't think that, you're going to sit these 2 players for the first game of the World Cup. But if you get a big lead, they're better get them out of there by halftime. When you got Yamal, you don't want to be taking any chances with any hamstring pulls, whether it was smoke or not. I mean, it seemed pretty serious for Yamal to have a hamstring injury that kept getting talked about coming on in here. So you can't overhype this player, folks. I mean, this young man is an incredible deal here, and he's one reason why Spain is up there as a co-favorite or so here. Yeah, they got some other talent. Their depth is overwhelming against a team like Cape Verde. I mean, I can't come on here and even tell you to take Cape Verde plus 2.5 goals. Maybe you will. I don't know. Cape Verde did beat Serbia in the run-up here, but you're going up against the European champions, man. They're Cape Verde, so you don't want to be Curacao. You don't want to go back there. I don't think if you're Cape Verde, Curacao has nothing to lose, right? I mean, they have been some international players on that team, okay? But if you're Cape Verde, you don't want to lose 7-1. You know you're going to lose, so you slam the back, if you know what I mean, and look to play this one. Hey, if you can keep it 2-0, if you can keep it 3-0, good job, Cape Verde, right? Look, Curacao scored that goal yesterday, and it was whoop-de. I couldn't believe it. It was 1-1, like just a what was it, 10 or 15 minutes into the game there yesterday. I don't think Cape Verde is interested in. Sure, they want to score more goals in Spain. They want to greatest upsets of all time, but I don't think they're going to be in a situation like Curacao losing 7-1. I think Cape Verde is going to look to play this game and keep it 2-0. Look, goal differential when you get down to third place teams. I don't know how it's going to work out. You don't know how it's going to work out with all the other divisions. I mean, it's hard to prognosticate. I know there's some metrics out there that show what teams really need to do to overachieve and at least keep themselves in, and you don't want to get blown out. So I think that's what could happen here. Spain can control the match. Cape Verde will probably have 10 men behind the ball every time, it feels like to me, to avoid a lopsided score in the game. So Spain can probably cover the handicap without turning the game into a crazy match here. It still might be 3-0 maybe eventually. So let's see if anybody's playing the World Cup here today. Oh, man, we have a graphic for the – oh, my gosh. Come on. We got a graphic here. All right, there we go. At the Atlanta Stadium. The Atlanta Stadium, Final. The Seattle Stadium there. So I actually see the spread there. The Asian handicap there, 2.75 for Spain at minus $1.22 or so there. And money line 1,400 there. So, and the total there, 3.75 on the Asian handicap. I'm giving you the half goal handicap down here on the bottom, so you can find these lines. They're virtually the same here, but let's see what the chat has to say here in this one. Hello, Tabar. And Jarrell thought it was great. Well, you know what? That stadium, that's the Aviator Stadium. So next year with a pro team in Vegas, obviously, Jarrell, we don't need to play any more games in 100-degree heat. And it's only because, you got to send the Rockies, right? Here's the thing. The Rockies, why wouldn't they play a night game? Well, they got to go to Chicago tonight. They got to go to Chicago. They didn't think about that in the old in VARs going under. Here's Spain first half for Robert. Ooh, I like that one. Robert. That might be the one right there. AOD, hello today. And let's see here. And that might be it from the crew here. We got 20 of you watching this morning, so great to have you here. We're going to, like I said, we're doing the World Cup first, so baseball will be here in a few minutes here in this one. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead. You know what? I'm going to think that at 3.5 at minus $1.25, I'm going to say Spain can get a fourth goal here. I'm going to go over in this one with Cape Verde and Spain. I know I tried to talk Cape Verde up. It's going to be close, but I'll say they get to a fourth goal here in this one. I guess that would probably put me more on Spain. But again, we saw Curacao score a goal, and Cape Verde is final. I think Cape Verde's better than Curacao. The odds say so, and this is a blowout. So, okay. Let's keep it moving here right now as we're talking World Cup soccer here. We're going to the Seattle Stadium for this one. I think these are right here. With Group G action here with Belgium taking on Egypt here. So pretty nice game for sure in this one with Belgium, a favorite here by a goal or so, and the total about 2.5 flat there really here in this one. So this will be a much more high-profile matchup here. Yeah, Belgium should be favored. Their guys are getting a little old. You know who these guys are. Kevin De Bruyne and Romelu Lukaku. Remember, these guys have been around for a while, but so has Mohamed Salah, Omar Marmoush. We got veterans here for sure, the supporting cast as well. Egypt, look, I don't know if you want to call them improved necessarily. They're pretty solid here, but the depth becomes a concern, especially when you're playing some of the European teams anyway. Belgium has, obviously quality midfield here coming into this one, and they're favored by a goal after all. So I don't know if Egypt probably going to play pretty defensive here. The matchup probably suggests that it would be an under game. Egypt's probably looking to defend pretty compactly back there and try to keep Belgium. They're a little bit explosive anyway. So, and again, I think Egypt is more of a, when you got Salah, when you got Marmoush, you got some transition there with those guys. I'm not going to bury Mo Salah here just yet in his career. So I think Belgium's recent tournament matches in their in the World Cup anyway, in Qatar was kind of, maybe more cautious than fiery here. So against a team like Egypt, that might be a little bit tough, especially Egypt willing to sit back as well. So I think we're looking at Belgium here, 1-0, maybe 2-0. Egypt, you got these guys that maybe they can score. If they score, it might be 1-1. Oh boy, I kind of want to still. Let's see what we got in the chat. See what Robert's saying here. 9 Legacy's got a pick as well. 9 Legacy says Egypt. Taking Egypt here on the money line at plus 475 for 9 Legacy. Ron is willing to lay it here with Belgium. And Robert here says Belgium, first half, money line. All right. I'm going to go here with Belgium in the Belgium under in the first half with Belgium and Egypt. That 2.5 at even money. I think that might suggest that Egypt should be scoring a goal here, that it's either going to be 2-0 or 2-1 in the game. So let me try the under in the first half here at 1 goal. I mean, look, the first half is a much more stiff line than the full game, I think, for a reason. So I'm going to try it here, go under 1 goal, and think maybe it may get to 1-0. But if it's 0-0, I want to have it there, and maybe even 0-0 exact scoreline first half might be a little more fun than that one. But I don't know. I still have a thing for Belgium here. Like I said, I think they are the fastest rising team as we approach the World Cup here. I think we know what we get with Belgium. I think we know what we get from Egypt too. All right, could be a tie. Says dead internet. Next up, all right, Uruguay here taking on Saudi Arabia in Miami here. And you have Uruguay -1 at -$1.35, and the total here 2.5 under -$1.25. Now, Uruguay is missing the key defenders here, but still they have some top quality players in Valverde, Ugarte, and Nunez. So Saudi Arabia can't match that. Now, the thing about Saudi Arabia is they have a lot of players that play in the Saudi Premier League, because a lot of times all those big superstars are in there from around Europe, but they kind of fill in a lot of the players with, Saudi. It's a very interesting dynamic in that league. And there's Saudi players that play elsewhere, but for the most part, you have a Saudi team coming in here with just 1 win in their last 7 matches. They actually fired the coach, or replaced the coach. I don't know what we haven't heard from him. No, a coaching change just a couple of months before the tournament. So Uruguay, they pretty much always make it, of course, to the World Cup. It's a surprise when they don't. If Uruguay scores first, Saudi Arabia may be hard pressed to try. They may end up being a team that doesn't want to give up another one there and hope that they can counter. So I figured we got another probably another low here now. 10 of 16 games so far have gone under, but yesterday was 3-1 to the over. So, I think the injuries to Uruguay is actually going to make them probably try to be even more controlled. I would think, and then try to get creative against Saudi Arabia here. They really, yes, they want 3 points for sure. They're favored to get those 3 points, but Bielsa, they're so structured and defensive. Saudi Arabia certainly struggled against quality opposition and had only one goal when they played Uruguay the last time, but that was 8 years ago. So I'm thinking 1-0, maybe 2-0 here for Uruguay. Let's see if the chat has anything here. And great games today, huh? Okay, Uruguay's been off those friendlies. We're way back in March, says Dead Internet Theory. And Var says Uruguay going over 1.5 goals. Robert likes Uruguay first half money line. All right, I'm going to go another under in the first half here in this one with Uruguay and Saudi Arabia. Give me the under in the first half here at 1 goal. All right. Next up here, we're going to go with our fourth game, the late game here at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific from the Los Angeles Stadium here with New Zealand and Iran. What an interesting dynamic here. Obviously, the agreement to kind of try to end the war yesterday. And there will be protests outside of the Los Angeles Stadium by mostly Iranians, but it'll be a party inside. This is going to be nearly an Iranian home game, actually, I think. If any indication, Iran is LA is the largest Iranian community in the United States, even ahead of New York City for the amount of Iranian in the community of, from way back to the 1979 Iranian Revolution, when quite many people, a few million, couple million, came to the United States under the suppression of the Islamic regime and the ousting of the Shah. But no time for history lessons here. Iran's a good team, and they'll have a great crowd support, I believe, here in this game in LA. New Zealand, they might have some too, but New Zealand doesn't have as many people, period, as Iran. So, yes, they say Iran fans may have trouble getting into the United States to watch the games, but there are already plenty of people here in Los Angeles to be there at this game today. And I think Iran's probably one of the more underrated teams in the tournament. I mean, they brought great quality before. I mean, I've been watching Iran for so long. Does anybody remember Ali Daei, the great scorer of Iran many years ago? They consistently perform well in Asian qualifying and certainly have more international experience, some of these guys as well. New Zealand has improved, and I think that's why they're in the World Cup here. And Iran, though, they definitely are a team that kind of controls the midfield, a lot of passing back and forth until they try to get those players, especially off on the edge of the field a little bit. So Iran's got more tournament experience. They're probably a better technical team than New Zealand here. And this one has a strong chance of being, look, this one's 2 over 20, pretty much. So this one has a strong chance of being 0-0, 1-0, or maybe 1-1 or 2-0. Of course, here both teams are, kind of defensive structured teams, and neither team is known for a very high tempo. So I think for New Zealand, they got to just keep the game tight and physical. I think they can probably do that. here in this one, and I'm going to end up here. I'm going to take the under here in this one with New Zealand and Iran at 2 goals. Okay, let's see if the chat has anything here in this one. In our World Cup today. Okay, yeah, we got some. Okay, Jermaine says there was some crazy traffic. People going to the game there, maybe up the coast. Oh well. Oh, okay, let's see here. Bar says New Zealand to win or double chance. Okay. And Ron says Iran, and Bar says we got Ecuadorians in New York. Yeah, the one thing you can't fault them for putting the final right in the MetLife Stadium too. I mean, you can always draw from all the countries in New York. Okay, that should be great. World Cup today. Enjoy those games. Wow. Okay, let's keep it moving here right now. Let's go to Major League Baseball today, where we've got a 10-game card and some good ones. Start some new series here, and let's get it started here. Okay, that one's not too bad. That one's not too bad. All right, Marlins taking on the Phils here. Action for Monday. And the Phillies have Zach Wheeler going in this one up against Ryan Gusto. The Marlins are hot. In fact, they're one of the hottest teams in the league here right now. But Gusto doesn't quite have the gusto at this point. 6 ERA coming in. Remember from the Astros, but Wheeler here has been so solid. 2.22 ERA, 5-1 record since going into the rotation here. And man, he's been mowing them down and looking as strong as ever here. It feels like right now for Zach Wheeler here. Now, there's no doubt the Marlins come in pretty hot, about as hot as they've been all season long. They did lose one of the games to the Phillies, but they've won 8 of their last 10 coming in. Yeah, they're still 12-24 as an underdog, but 16-20 is a run line underdog, so they've been close in some of those games. And the Phillies are a dismal 11-25 at home on the run line, but I don't know. The Wheeler Gusto matchup would have me kind of worried. I feel like I certainly would consider Miami if they had maybe a different pitching situation here. Gusto has had a few, he's had good starts when he was with Houston there. I think it was Houston, right? A little bit, but this one does seem a little bit more of a mismatch here right now, especially with the Phillies. I mean, the Marlins are playing well. The Phillies are still playing pretty well. I mean, they've already kind of started to move away here. Yeah, they lost 3 of their last 5. Yes, they did lose the series here over the weekend to the Brewers on the road, though, and they did win that one game 9-8, and they got shut out in the other 2 games. It was kind of bizarre there. So I'm going to take the Phillies here minus a run in the first 5 here at even money, and I'll try the Phils in this one on the first 5 run line. VAR's on the Phillies here, and that's what Johnny Walker just did too. Oh, he took them here first 5 run line minus $1.35. I think it's even. Oh, well, maybe he's taking money line there. Let me see, what is the money line there? Yeah, 215. So okay, maybe I see better prices out there. I think you get a better price there, Johnny. Okay, Ron Borkman says Philadelphia on the run line. Let's see, Dead Internet 30 says it's too juiced. Maybe I'm looking at something wrong here. I'm showing it minus a half at minus 135. Okay, yeah, maybe that's what that is. Is that right? Maybe that's what that is. Maybe that's the play, actually. I'm laying a run. Here at even money. Let's see here. And Johnny Walker, he likes it. He's saying minus a half, minus 135. Yeah, gotcha. I should probably do that too. I think I've already committed to minus 1 on the show here. But I think I like that too. I think my minus half is more juice than that. So good call there. All right. Let's keep it going. Next up, you've got the Mets here and Tobias Myers going up against Chase Burns. This seems like a mismatch here right now, but the Mets picking things up. The Mets here, yeah, 7 games under 500. The Reds, though, are 4 games under 500 right now. They kind of had a rough weekend a little bit there. Lost the series to Arizona. They've lost 3 of 4, lost 8 of 10. But the Mets are still 7-14 as an underdog right now, and Chase Burns is pitching. I mean, come on. Burns has been burn, baby, burn here this season. Incredible. 2.14 ERA, 7-1 record, and a .99 WHIP. Yeah, he did give up. Had one rough outing there a little while ago, but really wasn't even that bad. And he's really been kind of a little bit of a stopper here for the Reds. Tobias Myers is a 4 ERA and an 0-1 record and a 108 WHIP. He's going to be asked to carry some innings here as well in this game. But the Mets have won 3 of 4, and the bats are heating up. But you're going to have to lay that Burns tax here with Cincinnati if that's what you're interested in. The Mets are 12-23 to the under on the road and 7-13 to the under as a dog. But the Reds are 21-14 to the over at home and 14-9 to the over as a favorite. Still, I would think it'd be Burns to kind of dominate the Mets, and then Tobias Myers against the Reds team that, they go over a lot at home. Maybe it's in this stadium a little bit, but the Reds definitely their lineup isn't exactly clicking big time here right now. Although we see guys like Stewart with 13 home runs, Blade with 12. They can hit the long ball a little bit. The Reds, they're in the top 10 in home runs, but both these teams have pretty weak offenses. Really, these are two of the worst. Two of the bottom 4 batting averages in the league here. They're also 2 of the bottom 4 or 5 in RBIs overall here. 2 of the bottom 4 in total hits right now. So I think that kind of points more towards a lower scoring game. So let's see, though, here. I'm going to go with the Reds here in the first 5 in this one with Burns to dominate early, and then we'll just go from there and see what happens. I think they could probably win this game, but first 5, I'm going to take the Reds here -0.5 at -$1.10. Give me the Reds here in the first 5. Okay, and let's see what the chat has to say. Var said, how about that 24-9 game yesterday? Robert does like the over, though, in this one, and Var likes the Mets on the run line. He's riding on the Metro. Cash Kane likes Stu to hit a home run there. And Terrell says, I'm going to need De La Cruz to get back in that lineup soon. Ron likes Reds on the money line, and Pops is joining us here in the chat today. And Dead Internet Theory is going to roll with that Reds first 5 here right now. So I'm looking right now, President Trump, he was at the fights last night. I'm watching right now a live shot of him arriving here right this moment in Geneva, Switzerland for the G7 summit. I mean, not even obviously slept on the plane, but here right now, I mean, basically less than 12 hours since that ended. I mean, way later, right? 10 hour and 9 hour. He must have been right to the plane and slept on the plane and got right on the plane and slept here. And here he is right now at in Geneva, Switzerland, where they're also, I believe, going to do that document signing with Iran on Friday. So is he staying there all week, or is he just going for the G7? He's out of there and some other guys wrap it up with the Iranians there. Okay. Let's keep it moving here right now. It's our social report here. It'll be my Padres are on the road here taking on the Cardinals. Lucas Giolito goes 4.35 ERA, 2-1 record, and 1.74 WHIP for Giolito. And not great. Dusty May's starting to pick it up a little bit. 4.21 ERA, 4-6 record, 1.25 WHIP. Seems like May is looking pretty good. Man, this one's gone up here big time. Is it really $1.55? Well, maybe as low as $1.45, but it's definitely gone up here. The Cardinals today. here against the Padres. You know what? I'm telling you, they keep making the prices higher. It's going to keep putting me on the Padres. It feels like right now with this one, with this game. I mean, the Cardinals have cooled down a little bit. The Padres had an okay series there in Baltimore, winning 2 of 3. The Cardinals lost 2 of 3 at Minnesota. I'm taking the Padres again here in this one. No. Giolito's not better than May right this moment, but and it could be $1.45, but I'm going to take the Padres here as an underdog for sure. Right now, I think until it hasn't been great for the Padres, but I'm not going to do this here. I've got to think as an underdog. I'm going with my Padres here in this one. Maybe I could look at the numbers here a little bit. Like I said, there are some, definitely some positive numbers in the Padres in a few categories here, especially in this, I feel like in this type of role right now. I mean, yeah, St. Louis continues. They've been dominant at home against the Padres, that's for sure. They've really controlled the series with the Padres over the last couple of seasons at home here, no doubt about that. But I'm more apt to take them here, I think, as an underdog in this game because $1.45, $1.55, just getting too far up there, it seems like. Cardinals have won 7 of 10, and, sure, they are at home here, but Padres have gone over in 6 of their last 7. These starters, I don't know if they're going to, shut down the offenses here necessarily. I have a feeling there is going to be runs, even though St. Louis, I think the trends kind of say under when these two teams have met here in the past. In fact, 4 of the last 5 games between the two teams have gone under. St. Louis has won 13 of the last 18 games between the two teams in St. Louis, although the Padres win their games at home. In fact, have won 6 of the last 9 overall against St. Louis. So I'm going to take the Padres here again. I'm not homered it up here. I'm taking because of this price.
Team play.
Okay, let's see here. Bars on the over. Phillies and Nationals in there for 9. Legacy. Padres for Terrell. He wants Bueller in there. And Robert's going to go under in the first 5. Next up, the Rockies here are on the road, taking on the Cubs. And Shoto Imanaga is a $2 favorite. Well, after the Rockies scored 23 runs yesterday, they'll certainly be able to. I mean, why wouldn't they come back and have another 20-run performance? I'd be surprised if they scored 1 run. I don't want to say it like that. Imanaga's got a 4.44 ERA and a 4.6 record. Michael Lorenzen, 7.53 ERA and a 2-8 record here. Cubs have won 3 of 4. The Rocks have lost 3 of 4. Cubs won the series against the Giants, 2-1. The scores in that series were 5-1, 6-1, and 5-1. Colorado, meanwhile, yes, they won the 1 game against the A's, but did lose the first 2 in that series here, and now they've got to go from that 100-degree game over to play the Cubs here, and Lorenzen. Hey, maybe the Cubs have been kind of struggling here, but Lorenzen's been struggling. Although the problem here is the Cubs 12-23 at home on the run line, 17-31 as a run line favorite. That doesn't sound great at all, but still, I kind of would think the Rockies could be a little bit overmatched here, even in this one. Although the offense, if they just scored 23, they might be brimming with confidence. So let's see here if anybody's playing in this one. Cubs and Rockies here. Maybe Imanaga's a buy low candidate here a little bit, despite that 4.44 ERA, because Colorado still has been pretty dreadful on the road. They're 13-25. Cubs are 20-15 at home, straight up. Cubs have been pretty strong to the under here of lately, going under in 7 of 10 games right now, 7 of 8 actually right now. And Chicago may not need a lot of offense here to get by in this game. Cubs have dropped just 5 of the last 18 beatings between the two, and they've won 9 straight at home against Colorado overall. So see here in the chat, see if anybody's got anything here. Rockies, Cubs, and it's going to be Cash Gain says it's time for the happy hour. Here's Robert on the Cubs minus half home run. See where my brain is? Half for a home run. I'm like, happy hour? We don't do that. I don't do that anymore. Cubs here minus 1.5 for Robert. I used to go on a show called The Happy Hour until they kicked me off of it, I think. Okay. So, I get kicked off of a lot of shows, you guys, if you can tell. All right. They always put me on my own. Just go to your own show. Nobody wants to deal with you, Ramon. All right. So let's see here. I think that's going to do it here for this one. I gotta have a play though in this one between the Rocks and the Cubs here, and I'll go ahead and take it. If it's 9 runs, is it 9 or 8.5? Nine over 20. Can I get some 9 over 20? Let me look at the weather. We're in Chicago here. It looks like 9 to 10 miles an hour out to left field, so doesn't feel like doesn't feel too crazy out there. Today, let me make sure, is that right? 7 to 9 miles an hour straight out to center field. The temperature 73 here. I thought it was going to be warmer than that. 73 at game time. Okay, I'm going to go under here in this one with the Cardinals and with the Rockies and the Cubs. Give me the under here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, next up. Now the Twins are on the road against the Rangers here in this one. Big favorite here for the Rangers. I mean, look, the Twins may have some struggles here, but the Rangers aren't anything special. Maybe Mackenzie Gore has an advantage here over Mike Paredes, but maybe he doesn't. Paredes has a 1.06 whip, 4.36 ERA, just a few outings so far. Gore's been twirling all season for the Rangers for 4.18 ERA, 4-5 record, and 1.35 whip. These numbers aren't any worse than Paredes, just a sample size. And, Paredes here, untested commodity, that's for sure. But it was a pretty good weekend for Minnesota. They beat St. Louis 2 out of 3 at home. Meanwhile, Texas did get that win Sunday night. If you want to, I know that Terrell is in here, right? Or who's in here? We got Texas playing in the late game there, right? Texas played the late game in Boston. Then they hit the plane and come home to play at home against Minnesota. Now, I know a lot of people like to play that angle. And, there are other times when you have a night game and go play the next city. But the Sunday night, everybody seems to point that one out. So I don't think $1.65, though. I don't know if I'm too interested in that. I would think here not much separates these two teams necessarily. Maybe the starting pitching is the factor here, but Minnesota, see how they can fare in this one. I know they've been inconsistent here. They've gone over in 6 straight road games and over in 6 of 7 overall. Texas, of course, at home, 10-20 to the under. We know that, right? We always talk about that. But Minnesota is 23-10 to the over on the road, 31-15 to the over as an underdog. Which one would you trust, I think, is what I'm thinking about here. But I'm just going to take the Twins. What's the Twins on the run line? It can't be if it's over $1.50, I don't think I can do it here. But yes, it's $1.50 exactly. In this one, I'm going to take the Twins on the money line here on the Morning Steam. Give me the Twins here, plus $1.40 here. I don't know about this right now. Okay, here we go. Bad travel spot for Colorado, says Terrell. Next up, we've got the Tigers here taking on the Astros in this one, and you've got Troy Melton here going for the Tigers. I thought here that the Tigers were rained out yesterday, and Casey Mize, I figured they'd push him into this spot. But you know what? With Mize coming off the injury, maybe they just figure skip his turn, right? Because you're, you're warming up. Yes, you're coming off an injury, but you're all planning for this comeback. You've had your rehab. You're set to go. You're probably remember it wasn't the rains were there when it got postponed, but you're probably the previous day. You do your bullpen and. Keep your arm going. Or just so maybe Mize gets pushed back or something there. I'm curious actually to see what we can have about. Okay, Casey Mize will pitch on Wednesday. Okay, Casey Mize moved to Wednesday. He'll face Lambert there. Okay, so that's interesting. Interesting to note. So let's see what we got here in this one with Detroit here on the road, though, with Troy Melton. He's pitched well. Melton, 2.80 ERA, 3-0 record so far, and a 101 whip. Can Detroit get going here one of these years? They've lost the series again this weekend to Cleveland, 2-0 with the rain out there yesterday. Houston, meanwhile, did take 2 of 3 from Kansas City. Detroit still 11-26 on the road, but Houston's a terrible favorite at 8-13 here. But I don't know. K-Wei Tang goes here for Houston, 3.70 ERA, 3-5 record, 1.27 the whip. The Tigers still have these road issues, I think, anyway. Tang has been solid enough. He'll take you to the moon. So we'll see. The Tigers are still one of the weaker offenses, I think, here in the league overall. You look at their offense, 25th in batting average, 26th in total runs here. So, all right, let's see if the chat's doing anything in this one with Houston at home against the Tigers today. Tang and Melton. Detroit is the dog here for Dead Internet. Robert likes the Tigers as well. 9 Legacy like the Twins in that other game. Here's Tigers for 9 Legacy. And good morning to Razor here today. And Robert here says, he says hello to Razor as well. I was like, okay. All right, so Detroit and Houston there, yeah. It feels like, Houston, these road woes that they've had, it looks like they're trying to pick it up. They're getting some healthy pitching. So they're getting some better pitching in here as well. But when are they going to get the offense going? That's my whole problem with the situation here. Now, Detroit has been kind of an over team of late. We know the Astros are overs, 20-13 to the over at home, and 12-9 to the over as a favorite here. I'm gonna try the over here in this one. Detroit and Houston, give me the over in this one. Okay. A few comments. Let's see. We got McGonigal for a home run. Next up, the Angels are on the road taking on the Diamondbacks. Walbert Urania. This man continues to pitch well. 2.44 ERA, 4-4 record with the Angels, 1.36 whip. Not terrific, but 2.44, that'll work. Ryan Nelson has a 5.18 ERA with a 2-5 record coming in. You got to think Walbert Urania is a better pitcher here. Still, the Angels are 12-23 on the road. Arizona is 21-14 at home, 19-12 as a favorite coming in. So yeah, they've got some things maybe going their way as well. But Angels have won 4 of 5, and the Arizona Diamondbacks have lost 11 of 16. Coming in, 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over here. But man, Walbert Urania, he can deal here a little bit. I might try the Angels here in the first 5 in this one. Look, they're getting here. Let's see, minus 105. I'm going to try the Angels in the first 5 in this one. Give me the Halos on the road over the Diamondbacks in the first 5. And Dead Internet went Angels first 5 money line. Man, Dead Internet and I are right on line today. And Robert says go over in this one. Yeah, I gotta probably agree with that. No, I don't know. I'm gonna say the Angels lock them down a little bit. I don't know. I think I might be under. I think I'm under in that. Okay, next up is no, is that it? No, that's not it. Here we go. We got a couple more. Pirates and the A's here. Jared Jones getting that start. 4.72 ERA, 1-0 record. JT Ginn, 3.15 ERA, 4-3 record. Ginn has had some outstanding performances this season. He's looked pretty strong. Pirates are playing still some great ball. They have lost 3 of 4, but just long term this season. It's middle of June here right now, and they're 500. The A's are also close to 500 here as well. They've had a successful start to the season. I think that's fair to say. For Ginn here, yeah, good numbers, as we said. He keeps it down here with a 1.15 whip. Jones hasn't been terrific, but came in back from an injury that had him sidelined for more than a season. So a good comeback here for Jones just to make his way back to the lineup here. But man, I think with Ginn here now this one, by the way, is in West Sacramento. They've left Las Vegas here. They're leaving Las Vegas and heading back to West Sacramento here in this one. So not just a modest favorite here, and they've been playing well, these A's. They just had the winning streak snapped with the loss yesterday to Colorado. They went 4-2 in Las Vegas here this week. So the A's are 20-13 to the over at home. That includes 2-4 to the under in the Las Vegas stadium there. Interestingly enough, but this one too, I mean, you got some good I think these guys are pitching pretty well here. We'll see about Jones if he can get his stuff together here a little bit, but I'm going to go under in the first 5 here. I think in this one with the Bucks and the Athletics, I'm going to go under 5.5 runs. And the chat coming in here with some picks in this one. We've got Angels for 9 legacy back there. Also took the Padres and the Mets. And Dead Internet's got it to go over, though. But Bobby Max got it under. Terrell says you got to take a team total over here with Sacramento and 9 legacies on the Pirates. All right, we're almost through here. We've got one more, and it's the Rays taking on the Dodgers here with Nick Martinez coming in, 2.43 ERA, 6-2 record. Martinez, one of the top pitchers this season so far, statistically, and going up here against Eric Lauer. And Lauer has an ERA of 6.68 and a 1-5 record, practically the opposite of Nick Martinez. But it's the Dodgers, and they're favored by $1.60. It makes no sense, other than the Dodgers are the greatest team in the world. But the Dodgers and Rays have the same amount of losses. Now, the Dodgers are 45-27. The Rays are 41-27, I think. But it doesn't make too much sense here to me. Okay, the Rays have played poorly here over the last, 10 games or so. Maybe 12 games, last 3 series. They're not quite what we've seen this season from the Rays, but they've won 4 of 6. They have lost 4 of the last 6 to the Dodgers. Dodgers still 9-2, last 11 at home, 13-7 straight up last 20. But I don't know, Rays here under in 7 of their last 9, including 5 of 6 on the road here. I got to try the Rays here. I'm going to go Rays in this one. Give me the Rays to win. I'm going to take the Rays to win. What's the run line? I think the run line is too expensive. I think bookmakers are seeing $1.40 on the run line. Nope, I got to take the Rays here to win. Got to take the Rays to win. Give me the Rays over the Dodgers tonight. Can't have that kind of price. I mean, maybe, I know the Rays. To be fair, it does seem like when the Rays are they're a team that when they lose, they usually lose the series, right? They are a team that sweeps series or lose series. It feels like. Over for Robert. And Kane says Lauer could get hit here. Rays to win, says Dead Internet. Terrell likes the under here. And next up, that's it. That's it for Major League Baseball. Thanks, everybody. We're not done with baseball, however. Although I didn't do any fancy graphic there for the College World Series tonight. Let's go with the first game here. We got losers bracket cover. They used to call it the losers bracket, but now they say elimination game. Nobody wants to be called a loser. All right, I hope you can read this, but both teams are 0-1. Texas is favored by 1 run, and then minus $1.35 on the run line there at minus 1 run. Total here is 11 under 20 here in the is, but I'll tell you what, that steam you heard in the background is the over in this game. I don't know. Maybe it's going over, but I thought it would be an under here with the pitching here today. But right now, the total has just been steamed up here to 11.5 right now in this one. Man, I tell you what, I'm probably more apt to go with boy, I tell you what, Alabama struggled offensively. Why is it going over here? Is Texas going to score 9 or 10 runs or something here in this one? I mean, I feel like this is going to be an under game, but oh, man. All right, let me break it down here and see. The total is definitely being steamed here right now to the over. There's it's unquestionably right now 10.5 over 45 at some books. Alabama looked overmatched in that first game. They just had 9 singles in the game against Oklahoma. Now they face Texas, even though Texas lost. I mean, they're still, come on, they've got incredible pitching. They got a second in the nation in FIP at 3.29, and they have great pitching depth here. And, usually when you got when you got 0-1 right here for both teams, this is usually pitching dictates the outcome in a 0-1. You got to come in with a good starter. You have to win this game. I don't agree with this move. I've got to go under here at 11.5. Maybe I'll pay the price. I've already tried a couple of overs and it went under in those first games because Alabama didn't score in the game, so I didn't go over when you can't score but 1 or 0 or 1 runs. So I think Texas owns the edge on the mound after Georgia exposed Alabama. It felt like to me Alabama does have some limitations on offense. I know I bet them in the futures bet over here at 15-1, but that's not going to happen. They're probably going to be out here after this. Ole Miss is already out, by the way. Crimson Tide definitely struggling here to extra base power a little bit. And Texas has a deeper lineup, I think. So Alabama's coming off that beat down here, so I think Texas here might be willing to keep Alabama down again. We'll see. This number feels inflated now, no doubt about it, given the pitching profile here. Alabama, the bats were just silent in that game, and also Alabama going to come in with all the pitching that they can muster probably in this one. Maybe it'll be, 5-3, 6-4. 6-4 still gets it home too. I'll take the under in this one with Alabama and Texas, but maybe Texas here. Alabama is kind of falling apart a little bit, it looks like. All right, Dead Internet, I think he's talking about that Rays game. Oh, did I miss the KC and the Nats there? Gosh. What is wrong? Every day I miss a game. Is there something going on with me here? Every day I miss a game right now in Major League Baseball. Oh, let me finish this one up here. Texas money line for Kane. Roberts on Texas here right now. How unprofessional of me. All right, I'll go under in that one. Let me get to it here. How do I miss the second game? Oh, Okay, I just went right by it. I mean, I have the graphic and everything right there. All right, I won't bother too much here with this. Maybe I'll just give out my play here in this one because I'm on the over here in this one with Kansas City and Washington. I can recite the uh, man. How embarrassing! I mean, trying to do a show here and try to look like you know what you're doing, and all right, let me see here. Okay, for the Washington Nationals here, Andrew Alvarez, 3.7 ERA and a 1-0 record for the Mets here. I mean, for the Royals here. This is Mitch Spence. And Spence, I believe, is an opener here in this game. Spence here, although he has been a starter, but I believe he's just opening here in this one. Oh man, let's see here. I said I had it down, but oh boy. Okay, maybe it is going to be mostly Spence here. All right. Well, anyway, I'll roll with it here a little bit. And for Washington though, they definitely have all this offense here going. They look pretty good here over the weekend as well. As we said, they won 2 out of 3 games against Seattle. They're putting up 18 runs in the weekend games. There, yes, Washington 14-21 at home, one of the worst home teams, but Kansas City 12-22 on the road. Now, thing about the total here. Washington is a monster team to the over at home, 24-9. However, Kansas City is 12-24 to the under as an underdog, 33% overs. However, Washington 7-0 to the over as a favorite. What happens when the two worlds collide? You'd think at home, Washington, right? That great offense here against a makeshift pitching situation here, maybe for the Royals, with a guy with a 13 ERA starting and probably bullpen guys rapidly after that. And then, yes, the Royals do have. The Royals do have inconsistent offense for sure, but Alvarez is not a proven commodity here necessarily so far with just a couple of starts. So I'm going to go over there in that one. All right, I think we got it there. I think we made it there. All right. Kansas City's looking pretty bad, says Dead Internet. Caglianone, home run. Robert's going over as well. And today's got to be the day, right, Kane? Kansas City is so bad. And what a night last night. Okay, let's do the other game here right now in the College World Series now that I've totally screwed up the show. But we do have the two winning teams here with Georgia and Oklahoma. And, Oklahoma, they're like Cinderella here. I mean, this is the all-SEC day here again, but Oklahoma all of a sudden finds himself a little bit of a Cinderella situation. Georgia's favored by 2.5 here in this game. What? Come on. An all-SEC affair. Oklahoma is, okay, I get it. Georgia might be number 1 here right now. But come on, Oklahoma. They can hang in here, can't they, right now? This is an all-SEC affair here with Oklahoma getting a couple of runs here. Georgia did beat down Texas 7-1. So in Oklahoma, though, they're playing so good. They've outscored their last 2 tournament opponents from this one and in the Super Regional there, 22-2. So you've got Taki and the Chance here, dangerous bats here for in the game. The Sooners showed against Alabama they can beat other good SEC teams, even though if Alabama's going down by the wayside, that does lessen the strength of Oklahoma, the lean here, if you will. But Georgia may well win this game, but they'd have to win it by 3 runs here. And look, against Volchko, that was never going to happen. But Volchko, that was last game, 15 strikeouts and domination. I think this one will be a little bit closer here. I think I'd probably take 2.5 runs here with Oklahoma. And this one, look, this total, another one where it feels like it's high, man. We saw the SEC games go under in the first, and I went over in those 2 games. I was like, look, I know this park suppresses the offenses, okay, but here you have, let's see, 11.5 over 20. Boy, I don't know. Georgia's got an explosive lineup, no doubt about it. Oklahoma's coming in with a lot of confidence, but both clubs have some room for error here, and you could see a little bit of a bullpen negotiating here, and whether or not that keeps it down here. I still feel like these are too high in this stadium with good SEC pitching the way it is here. I know if either starter struggles early, it might be a little bit close. I'm just going to take Oklahoma here plus 2.5 in an all SEC battle. Winners bracket. Georgia for Woke's Joke. There's Woke's Joke. Thank you, Woke's Joke. It's so good to see you here this morning. Thank you for being here. All right, FAA just won his match here just moments ago, and we got a push, right? I think we got a push on that, like -3 games. We're not quite getting there on the game spread today. That's our second push. But, hey, that's the way we pick them. All right, that's it. That's it for college baseball. But we got the W here still to go today. So let's go. We got 3 games in the W tonight. So let's fire it up here and see what's going on in the W with our 3 games. We're still in the Commissioner's Cup right now. So although in the East, whoops, where am I at? There we go. Although in the East, it's all been decided. The New York Liberty are the team in the East that has made it to the WNBA Commissioner's Cup. So let's see. Do we have the Commissioner's Cup record in there? Yes, we do. Aces are 5-0. Dallas is 3-2. They're still alive. Minnesota's 4-1. They're still alive. Sparks and Valkyries are also still alive, even though it seems 5-0. But the Aces are 7 games in the. So the Aces could still go 5-2, and if they do lose, the tiebreakers are alive there. I think all of them are. That's why they're all still alive. In Minnesota, only 1 game back, even though they lost. They could still finish 6-1, and the Aces could finish 5-2 conceivably, but still. Definitely have a situation here where the Aces can control their own destiny. Now tonight, Minnesota is a huge favorite to start off the card here, and they should be able to handle Portland. You never know, but just to putting it the way in terms of you got Las Vegas only 2-point favorite at Dallas, and even though Minnesota won the big game over Vegas, that could easily change if Dallas upsets Las Vegas here tonight. So Portland at Minnesota here. It is a 14-point spread in this one. And, Portland's been a pretty good cover this year. I mean, they've done a great job, this expansion team. To come in here and have a 7-8 record right now and a real good cover. Now, they did struggle here a little bit down the last few games, but did get the win last time out against Dallas at home as a 3.5-point dog. Still, it's funny. You'd think Portland, since they are 7-8, you'd think, wow, 7-8 for an expansion team. They must be like, 10-5 against the spread. No, they're 6-9 against the spread. They're actually worse against the spread than their actual straight up record. Now, Minnesota is 10-3 straight up and 11-2 against the spread, but I still think Portland's played pretty well. And at 14 points, I may even try them here. Totals wise, though, here in this one, pretty well balanced one way or the other. It feels like with these 2 teams, especially with Portland here, they're not exactly get the right. Oh, get the right notes up here for them. Portland here, they've gone under in 8 of their last 12 games overall, but Minnesota's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games coming into this one. So see what you think here. Portland taking on the Minnesota Lynx. Lynx coming off a loss. Maybe they will be angry here, but that's 2 touchdowns here. Portland's played well. They've started, they've started to tail off here just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to take Portland here in the first half against the Minnesota Lynx plus 8 points. Give me the Portland Fire here in the first half plus 8 against the Lynx in this one. Hey, we're having some steam right now coming on in here with the Miami Marlins and the Philadelphia Phillies. Steam to the over right now. It was 7.5, but we're seeing 8s pop up everywhere right now with Miami and Philadelphia. The total is going up here to 8 right now. Easily a coordinated move here coming out of this one over with Miami and Philadelphia. I'm not so sure it's a great move, but we'll see. Maybe Wheeler's going to have trouble. I don't know. Let's see what the folks said about this one, the Fire and the Lynx. Robert's liking the under here in this one. And Dead Internet loves WNBA. And let's see here. Dream clobbered the tempo. Man, sometimes it is kind of crazy, though. Because, we see sometimes the dog hangs in there, and sometimes they're getting blowed out. All right, so we got the overall record in there. We got the spread record. We got the over-under in there. I don't know if there's anything to determine out of this Portland game. So go ahead and here I'm still going to take the Fire. Look, this one's still important. Minnesota's got to think they still have a chance. Hey, we did get a winner there with Tommy Paul with the premium picks over at Winnable. Paul brings it on home, 7-5-6-3. For a winner in there. All right, let's go to the next one here right now. Aces taking on the Wings. Both these games actually are at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, so they probably be scoreboard watching a little bit, but Aces here favored by 2, maybe even 2.5 right now, maybe even 3 there on the big board there as this one kind of continues to go up here. But Dallas has been impressive so far. Yeah, they got up to a slow start. They also have lost 2 of their last 3, but they're still 8-5 straight up, 8-5 against the spread. The Aces are 10-3 straight up, but they are 6-7 against the spread, although 5-3 against the spread on the road. Still, for one of the better records in the league, they are kind of a money burner a little bit here. Las Vegas has gone over in 8 of 13 games overall this season. Dallas is 1-5 to the under at home, but man, Las Vegas is really putting up some numbers. Dallas has also had some overs here, but more of their overs on the road. They're 4-3 to the over on the road, but should be noted that in this series, 9 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. 9 straight between Dallas and Las Vegas have gone over. So I think that's probably where I'm going to go. Give me the over here in this one with Las Vegas and Dallas at 177. All right, and one final one here on Robert had Vegas. Next up, the Sparks are taking on the Valkyries in the late game here. Both these teams, like I said, they do have a chance, but the loser won't. And the Valkyries are a favorite here by 5.5, 173. And Valkyries have not been a great cover so far this season. They are 6-7 ATS, but 7-1 straight up as a favorite, although 4-4 ATS as a favorite for the Sparks here, they are 4-2 ATS on the road, 5-1 straight up on the road. They've done a nice job on the road for sure. But LA is 5-1 to the road, to the over on the road. Golden State 6-1 to the over at home. Man, that feels like 173. It's gone up a little bit, but Golden State is supposed to be known for their defense here. I don't know. I'm going to take the Sparks here in this one. Give me the Sparks plus 5.5 here in this one. Man, probably, how do you not go over? Let's see here. Over for VAR. Woka's joke like in the over. And Robert says, give me the Sparks. That's it for the morning steam, man. Great morning here. Stay tuned at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Mikey Money, Sharky Waters bring you Bases Loaded. They'll cover the games here for Major League Baseball today. Be great to have them here, getting the action together for tonight's game. And we're going to do the drawing here right now. And oops, let me get the drawing out. There we go. And see who is going to get a free 1-month subscription over here at winnable.com. When you check me out over at Winnable, let's go to the drawing here right now. See who wins. We had 18 of you comment today. And the winner is Johnny Walker. Johnny won for the second time this week. Thank you, Johnny, for 8765-309. No, that wasn't 8675-309. 8765. That's what they started with. And they're like, we can't have the numbers going backwards. We're going to have to mix them up. All right. Thanks, Johnny. Terrell. Come on, Terrell. We're done. Get to the end of the show. Thank you, Terrell, as well. Great comments. Thanks, everybody here. Morning Steam. And don't know. Probably should. I got to know about our coverage here, but probably be a little bit off this weekend. Also, BBMMA picks, I believe it's tomorrow here after the big card. BB's had some kind of record in Moneylines here, some kind of, I don't know how many in a row he's hit, but he told me, but I got to go back and check it. He said a lot of money lines and a lot of his money line bets in a row right now have been hitting there for BB. You'd think I'd be listening to these guys and not try to lose all my bets. No wonder I'm always mad. All right, I'm just going to do it here for the show. Really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with more morning steam, more college baseball, more MLB, more WNBA, more World Cup, but no more NBA, no more NHL as well, but we'll find something in there. All right, it's going to do it. Really appreciate it. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.